Hello everyone, this is Valentine specials for Sagittarians. As I always say, don't worry too much about the cards. I'm not gonna give you a lot about them. I'm not even reading them, really just use them for focus, and I'm going with the guidance and what I'm being told to, or I don't know, shown. I don't even know what is the best way of saying it. Whatever it, is being given to me is the best way, because there are different ways of me perceiving that. If you want tarot reading as such, there are a lot of great tarot readers out there that give you details about each card, what it means and all that kind of things. I only offer you psychic insight, and this in particular is for Valentine's Day. It's about your love life, Sagittarians, and I hope it really helps you. For you, unlike other star signs, I think there was just one other, I can't remember which one, I did get two main pieces of advice. One is trust that the situation you're in is calling you for you. The situation you're in is the right one, and you're being called to have faith. So believe that what is happening to you is the right thing, is meant to happen. And the other one speaks about getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. This to me means that which is kind of I would say typical for Sagittarian men, as they are not the most interested in love and feelings type of men. They are more about adventure and experiencing life, not necessarily in personal in love life, but life in general. So if this would be to look at it from the Sagittarian man's point of view, I would say it's time for you to open up about your true innermost desires, your heart's desires. It's time for you to listen to your heart as opposed to your mind, which you normally do. It could apply to coupled and singles. I do believe it does. Men and women. So far, I will tell you when the insight is specific for men and when it's specific for women. For those who are coupled, what it means is you're moving into a different I would say relationship. I don't think it's stage of an old relationship as such. I feel it's more okay. Let's put it in a different way. You're shifting emotionally, Sagittarians. Whether you are aware or not, this is that time of your life when you have to look into your heart and follow your heart as opposed to your mind mainly. If you are single, it says that you're healing some heartache. I do believe it doesn't necessarily apply just for singles, since for coupled ones says there is going to happen an emotional shift, and you're going to start feeling way differently to what you're used to, and probably way deeper. I do believe that also brings some emotional healing for you as well. However, back to the singles, if you have been on your own for a while, you are going to meet somebody. Remember what it says here, getting to know each other. So you either have already met someone or you are going to meet someone very soon. And you have to trust and give this situation, this relationship, the time of the day, your energy, and have faith. I do have a feeling there is a lot of separation going on with Sagittarians, because I'm also getting here that you Sagittarians are finding balance over a deceiving and deceitful situation where you've learned or you found out about something legal, official that you have to deal with, or you're finding balance and getting yourself back into a place of control after being and feeling deceived by the fact that you got to the conclusion, you understood that a legal situation could not be avoided. You need to know that that's going to bring you peace and love, and you're feeling troubles behind. I do get a sense of separation, I have to say, for Sagittarians. I do feel that Sagittarians are leaving behind, generally speaking. Of course, you need to look at your moon sign and star sign, rising sign, not just your star sign. But I do believe that for Sagittarians, generally speaking, we have a situation here in their love life where things are changing. They are leaving something that did not work behind, and they are moving into something new, and is meant to happen that way for them to be happy, because they are at different stage in their life. They are shifting emotionally, and they are getting into something completely new for them. Completely new in the sense of not completely new time wise, if you like, but a different spiritual and emotional stage in life, something that you haven't felt before, if you like, is the best way of explaining this. So it's completely new in the sense of how you feel about love in general and about your love life in particular. So it's time for love, practically, for you Sagittarians. Sagittarian women here, I believe that Sagittarian women have had a very difficult stumble block that held them back, stopped them from, or made them feel like they can't plan ahead. They can't plan their future. There was a time, a moment, a particular aspect that made them think and feel that way, and that worried them. It made them worry about their future, about their life. However, Sagittarian women, I believe you are moving out of that particular difficulty, and let's have a look and see what it says. You're still going to be a little bit confused about what you're moving towards. However, the situation is changing for you as well, which is very, very positive. We did have there the changes and the advice for all Sagittarians, both men and women. So we knew that you're moving into a different chapter of your life as well. I do believe, however, that in order for you to get through the confusion, you have to be patient until March time on one hand, perhaps even after March it could be. So as I said, even though I'm looking at February Valentine special love reading, I believe that the insight that we are being given always applies for a longer term future as well, not just for the immediate time. So be patient, Sagittarian women. You might have to wait until March or after March. You have to be honest with yourselves, and you have to be ready for a new beginning, but complete new beginning. You have to free yourselves from all the worry and all the restrictions, and only speaking the truth can you make the right choices and the right decisions. And it has to be about yourselves, guys, girls, ladies. It can't be about other people, what other people think, what other people want. Not that you don't do what you feel is right anyway by nature, because you are very independent women anyway, but sometimes you are sensitive, perhaps too sensitive to what other people think or say, and this is not the time for you to pay too much attention to that. This is time for you to take life in your hands in respect of love life, is what I mean, and do what you feel is right, but what you feel is right in your intuition, in your gut feeling, rather than your mind or your heart, unless you know how to differentiate. Because some people believe that if they are in love with somebody, that's what their heart says, but there can be a confusion there. So you need to let go of any expectation and any outcome and follow your heart desire, but move into your heart. So if you're confused and you don't know exactly how to do it and how to get that clarity, stop thinking about it and move your intention into your heart. Pay attention to how you feel and try to make decisions from that place, not from your head. That will give you the right guidance. Yeah, so forget about anything and anyone, but do listen to what people say, but don't particularly follow what people say. It's important to pay attention to what they say, because you want to know what they think, and you can understand who you got around yourselves. But it doesn't mean that you have to follow. You got to do what you got to do. You Sagittarian women are intelligent women. I mean, Sagittarians in general are intelligent people, and not just them, but I want you Sagittarian women to get back your confidence, because I feel you've been knocked down a peg, if not more, very recently. Okay, so, and that probably even happened around Capricorn time, so end of November, December time. No, that is Sagittarian, that would be your birthday. So after 20th of December, you might have felt down, or if it's not about timing, it doesn't matter, it's fairly recent, and it really knocked your strength, inner strength and confidence. But you are strong people, you're confident, carry on, do what you're doing best. You're going to be successful and happy. I do believe there is a different way of looking at things coming for you, a different way of speaking. Very good changes, guys, girls, ladies, but yeah, gain back your strength and self-esteem. Be who you really are again. Sagittarian men, although you haven't had quite that, or perhaps you had just as heavy of a situation as Sagittarian women, but with you being men, you didn't let it come across or didn't let it seem that way. But I feel you didn't give yourselves a lot either. I feel you have depleted yourselves, Sagittarian men, and that is not good. You haven't enjoyed life and peace so much. You found you've struggled a lot lately, and okay, well, I'm getting 4 here, 4 here. Perhaps the last 4 years for both Sagittarian men and women, I would say, have been a bit difficult in respect of love. You didn't give yourselves enough attention, enough time, enough energy. You've struggled, and I feel that you've struggled and you've fought for financial stability, assets, home, house, land, and you've forgotten what life is about. Life is about being happy. Life is about being yourselves. Life is about living your truth, not someone else's. And you, Sagittarian men, as I was saying earlier, you're shifting in your emotions, you're healing from past heartache, you're changing the way you think and see life as well. You will learn to trust that the difficulties that you've been through were meant to happen, and that if you have faith, you're coming out of the troubles and you're going to find true love, a love that will bring you peace first and foremost, because that's what love should be about. Excitement on one hand, support on the other hand, and peace of mind and heart. And I believe you're going to have both, peace of mind and heart. You're going to be happy, you're going to be excited, and you're going to fulfill your emotional potential, which you have disregarded. I believe to a certain extent by nature as well. It's just who you were or who you used to be, but that is changing because it's a new chapter. You are at a different stage in your life, Sagittarian men, and it's beautiful, and I'm very happy to see this for you, my fellow fire signs, and wish you a beautiful Valentine's Day and a beautiful February and a future filled with love and happiness, and see you soon.